Hi, I'm McKinney, Advocacy Director at Voices for Georgia's Children, and welcome to my fourth or fifth or whatever 2-minute-ish take. And I know they're always really 4 minutes, and a lot of people talk about that, but we're just sticking with the same name, so just get used to it and you quit telling me about it when I get to the Capitol. Anyway, here we are in the State House yet again on a Friday when everybody is in adjournment, and we're doing this shot here next to the two-headed calf, which is the one thing everybody remembers about the State House, no matter how many times they come, because we figured that 3 heads are better than one, even if 2 of them are dead. So here we are, and we'll go and I'll tell you what happened this week. One of the big things that happened this week was on Wednesday there was the State of the Judiciary, which is sort of like the governor's state of the state, except the Chief Justice of the Georgia Supreme Court comes and addresses a joint session of the chambers talking about the state of the judiciary. If you'd like to read that, Andrea will put a groovy little clicky thing here for you to click through and read the text of that address. Other stuff that happened legislatively, there was a fair amount of activity. It was kind of a really busy week with a lot of committee hearings scheduled on top of each other, so that a number of us were running back and forth between hearing rooms. One bill that we have all been watching is Senator Unterman's safe harbor legislation, and basically sets up provisions to fund services for children who've been commercially sexually exploited. So keep an eye on that. It didn't get a vote, it was hearing only, but you'll want to watch that bill. It's getting a lot of steam and it's getting a lot of press. Another thing that happened on the House side was Chairman Coleman had brought a bill to his education committee that basically would take folks who had not passed the graduation test but would otherwise have received a high school diploma and allowed them to go back and receive a high school diploma. We don't require students to take the high school graduation test to graduate anymore, but when we did, even if you had passed everything else and would have otherwise graduated, if you didn't pass all the sections of the high school graduation test, you were not issued a high school diploma, and it has put a ton of people dead in their tracks to advance, to the military, to college, to all kinds of things. So we were really excited about the progress of this bill. We hope that it runs the distance because it's really going to help a whole lot of people, including kids and adults, many of whom took that high school graduation test 5, 10, 20 times. So it's a big deal. Another thing that's coming up next week, House Bill 100 is a bill that basically moves the enrollment date, the birthday date for children entering preschool and kindergarten. I recommend you look at that. Andrea will provide another groovy link to click on here or there, wherever it is on the screen. But look at that bill, and if you have itty-bitty kids, look at it and see how it would affect your child, because basically it means they would need to be a little bit older, a month or 2 older, to go to pre-K or kindergarten. The new version looks like it pushes it to start not this coming year, but the year after, and then it would move a month each year. So have a look at that and let us know what you think. I mean, we're going to be running like crazy, and next week we'll have a lot more bills to talk about because a lot more hearings will be happening. So anyhow, thanks for joining us. Oh, your advocacy ask. Always supposed to do this. Okay. Ask is to come to our reception on Tuesday, which I think, if this all works right, is the next day that you're watching this. Tuesday, we're honoring the Child Welfare Reform Council that has done awesome work over the interim between sessions, and it's at the Blue Room, which is in the Freight Depot, catty corner from the Capitol. Free and open to the public. We should have some pretty snazzy speakers coming, some of whom are pretty high up the food chain as government goes, so you might want to show up and just see. But mostly to honor the folks that have been doing this amazing work that we would like to support now and ongoing to help some of our most vulnerable kids. So we'll see you there.